Hey there everyone, it's Retro Martin here, and it's time for my final update for the RPG Challenge in 2024. So the RPG Challenge has been me and a group of other people who will be linked in the description, all playing various RPGs throughout the year, just trying to complete 12. Some people have gone beyond that, some haven't managed 12. It doesn't really matter, it's just done for fun. More than anything. I've probably completed in the region of about 15, but a few of them I didn't count. Anyone who saw my last video will have seen the last game I played, as well as a preview of this one, which obviously I'm going to go into in a minute, as well as a few of the other games I played and completed across it. So this is the final game, number 12 of the year, and technically I completed 2 games in one with this one because it's sort of a two-parter, and that is Golden Sun and Golden Sun Lost Age for the Game Boy Advance, albeit while I still own the cartridges, complete in box with everything. I played this on the Switch Online, just for ease of access more than anything else. So these are some Japanese RPGs that came out via Camelot Software Planning for the Game Boy Advance. Came out back in 2001 originally, the original Golden Sun. I think I played it sometime around after its release, early 2002. And then when I got my own Game Boy Advance in 2002 itself, I believe, it was pretty much the first game I picked up with it because I absolutely loved it so much. The sequel, The Lost Age, wouldn't make its way over to the majority of PAL regions, not including Australia, because it came out much earlier there, until September 2003, and I was not waiting that long, so I actually imported a copy much earlier in 2003 from America. So I have an American copy of The Lost Age. And basically what we have is the first game is sort of like a 20-hour RPG, which ends on a bit of a cliffhanger and leads straight into the second game, which picks up where the first one left off, albeit where you're playing the other group. So in total, there's 8 playable characters across the 2 games. The second game's a bit longer. It has a lot more variety in its puzzles and dungeons, and there's just a lot more content in it. So it is technically the better game. But I also really like the first one for its simplicity and obviously introducing the storyline and the characters. Both games feature probably one of my favourite soundtracks of all time by Motoi Sakuraba, and it's just an absolute joy to listen to. The games themselves are, medium difficulty. Some of the puzzles are quite easy, some of them will rack your brains a little bit, but there's plenty to be going through. Effectively, you're playing Isaac and his group in the first game, and Felix and his group in the second game, and you're all users of Synergy, which is basically that world's version of magic, and you can use some Synergy on the field screen to solve puzzles such as move pillars, or you can freeze blocks, douse things with water, you can make plants grow, and obviously you use these to get through the dungeons or find secret routes with hidden summonable little creatures called Jinn, which can upgrade your character's abilities, and obviously everything follows the usual wind, water, earth, fire mechanic that most role-playing games tend to follow, but the games are just absolutely fantastic. They are actually my favourite games in the entire world, alongside things like Metal Gear Solid and Shining Force 3. Obviously Shining Force 3 was actually a sort of precursor to Golden Sun. A lot of the sort of physical presentation with the way the characters look, the speech bubbles, the non-verbal gestures of characters like with little sweat bubbles and things like that all came from Shining Force 3, and made their way to Golden Sun. But yeah, I cannot recommend these 2 games enough. They're just absolutely beautiful adventures with lots of fun little effects on the Game Boy Advance, especially the summoning attacks, of which there's absolutely loads in the Lost Age. But the storyline is brilliant. It's quite low level, but with a very save the world theme, but it's save the world pretty much from the get-go instead of the usual meme of save cat, kill god that does the rounds. But yeah, Golden Sun and Golden Sun The Lost Age, RPG number 12, absolutely fantastic. And yeah, so this will be my final video of 2024, as I said. We're moving into 2025. And next year I will be doing the RPG challenge again, but this time with a bit of a variation. Next year I'm going to be doing the strategy RPG challenge, because I've got a hell of a lot of strategy RPGs that I've been needing to play. I used to play absolutely bucket loads back in the early 2000s, and I sort of fell off the wagon a bit with playing them. Obviously, Shining Force 3, as I mentioned earlier, one of my favourite games in the world, is a strategy RPG. I probably won't be playing that because I played all 3 scenarios back to back at the end of last year. And they will take quite a while because I'll always want to play them 100%. So yeah, so look out for that next year. So I hope everyone's had a great Christmas. I hope everyone has a fantastic new year with loads of games, and I will see you in 2025.